Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Today we're talking about this Fischer Ranger 90. Great ski. I think the wider Ranger models have kind of gained a stronger following. They have a bigger fan base than this Ranger 90, but it's, to be honest, one of my favorite skis in the around 90 underfoot range because it is just superbly versatile. Fischer's not really chasing any superlatives. That's a phrase that I use to describe skis a lot. And they're not too hung up on being the best in any single criteria. So not the softest, not the stiffest, not the fastest, not the strongest or the most powerful. It's not the most playful. But when you combine up all those things, it's a really cool ski that you can do a lot with. I've always thought it would be, or is, a really, really good ski for here in Stowe. You know, we get some firm snow, we get some soft snow, we've got steep, long, classic groomers, and then we've got all these awesome tree runs too, and full top to bottom mogul runs, and you can do all those things on the Ranger 90. So pretty much the same recipe as the wider Rangers, except this ski starts with just a poplar wood core, so no beech in here. That's keeping things just a little bit lighter. That beech is awfully dense and can add a little bit more weight into a ski. But then we get the same metal laminates found in the wider Ranger models. The 84 drops the metal, so I guess this is the narrowest Ranger that includes metal. It's also the longest metal. So Fischer uses what they call shaped TI, and it's this metal that's kind of cut into, to me it's always looked like an elongated butterfly sort of, or stretched out horizontally, I should clarify. So almost full width underfoot, but not quite. It is pulled in, say, 0.5 centimeter from the edges, and then it extends into these kind of wings through the, call it, fore and aft sections of the ski. Then they also put this tiny little cut right underfoot. They call it the flex cut. Probably pretty easy to figure that one out. They're just allowing the ski to flex a little bit more naturally underfoot. You see a similar concept with like how the Titanal frame doesn't connect to the metal underfoot in Vokal skis, just kind of giving it a bigger sweet spot there. And that's about it for construction. You know, with a pretty thick wood core and with all that metal in there, they're certainly not the lightest skis in the world, but they're not the heaviest either. This is a 170 centimeter length, and on the scale we're at 1,770 grams. So yeah, it's not tremendously lightweight. You can easily find lighter skis than this, but I think the performance and the feel that Fischer achieves with these skis is really good. They're maneuverable, they're agile, they don't feel too heavy on your feet, but then they have some good vibration damping and they feel relatively smooth too. Kind of talking about smoothness, a lot of that comes from the flex pattern. You know, it's not a soft flexing ski by any means, but there is some give to it. There's some suppleness to the flex pattern, and when you combine that with the metal in here, it does have a very smooth feel through a variety of snow conditions. Looking at shape, all the Ranger skis use some combination of rocker, camber, rocker. As you go wider, they get more rocker and shorter camber profiles, but pretty good camber height in these skis. You know, this 90, like, that's a lot of camber, which is pretty cool. It gives the ski a little bit more zip, a little bit more energy as you're kind of exiting a carving turn, or like longitudinal zip, some pop, some extra pop if you're jumping off natural features, kind of bopping through a mogul line and stuff like that. There's some good liveliness to the ski that's coming from that camber. Good amount of tail rocker back here. For being 90 underfoot, you know, it's not like a crazy amount of tail rocker, but considering the category that it's in, I think that's a substantial amount. And then up here, we get a good amount of tip rocker too. So when I talk about the versatility of this ski, its well-roundedness, that's really where it's coming from. You know, a good amount of camber underfoot, plus metal, plus rockered tips and tails. So that's giving you a ski that can carve pretty darn well. You You know, it's not going to be the strongest carving ski on the market. It doesn't have the most torsional stiffness, but it has a decent amount that a strong, aggressive skier can trust it. But then you can take it off trail, ski some moguls, ski some trees, make some shorter turns on the side of the trail, and it can do all those things really well. Again, it's not going to win any singular awards. If it was to win an award, it would be in the running for most versatile directional 90 underfoot all mountain ski. And while that might not sound super exciting, that is like the most important category of skis, period. And there's a lot of people out there that only own one or maybe two pairs of skis. And if that describes you, there's a lot to like about the Ranger 90 and truly the entire Ranger line in general, because you get a ton of versatility out of them. So again, kind of summarize, not the strongest ski in the world, not the most agile ski in the world, but right there in the middle, and being right there in the middle is, in my opinion, a nice place to be. So that's it. That is the Ranger 90 from Fischer. Fischer's not really making men's and women's skis anymore, or at least they're kind of moving away from that. So we have this dark gray Ranger 90 here. This ski behind me that is much more aesthetically striking. This is also the Ranger 90, and there's no differences between them. You just get to kind of choose your top sheet graphic. Pretty cool color combination on here. This like pale green with pink sidewalls. Polarizing. Certainly a polarizing look here. I bet you'll see more of the gray, but I do like that you get two color options. So that's it. That is the Ranger 90. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you out there on the slopes.